I'm 35 and my wife is 33 Fahrenheit. We were high school sweethearts, married for 12 years and together for 15. We have 3 kids together. Wonderful, healthy kids. She grew up in an extreme Christian household where sex wasn't a topic of discussion, but more of a taboo. You save yourself for marriage, husband, and figure out the rest later. So she did. Her first time was on our wedding night. We had a healthy marriage, or so I thought anyways. Always made time to talk and listen to each other. I work away from home, so I'm gone every other week. We both have great jobs and are doing well financially. After we decided we were done having kids, we talked about breast implants and decided to go ahead with surgery. Very nice indeed. Certainly helped my wife gain her confidence back about herself. I've always been into fitness and going to the gym, so we bought some workout equipment at home and she began to use them. Wow, she made great progress, and she wanted to share that with others, so she talked to me about wanting to make an Instagram fitness page to show her journey. I shared my concerns with that and the negative attention that will bring, but ultimately decided to support my wife's new hobby. I get home from work one day a few months later to my wife crying and telling me she needs to show me something. Someone had sent her a nude picture of herself saying they found it on a porn site and just wanted to let you know, when in reality they used a Nudify app to generate the image. This killed me inside, seeing the pain it caused my wife. We talked about getting rid of Instagram, but this was not enough for her to do that. Over the next few months, her posts changed from helping people and documenting her journey to showing her body off with less clothing. August 2021, I have my own health concerns with left testicle pain that lasted for 2 months. Many trips to the doctor and having an ultrasound clears me of cancer. In the meantime, my wife starts becoming emotionally distant, and I'm trying to figure out why. In October, I'm still struggling big time with my libido and drive for life. I get tested for low testosterone and it comes back well below low normal average. Doctor tells me they need a second test before starting on hormone replacement. The second test comes back in November at the low normal cutoff limits, and they tell me they can't proceed with treatment and that I'm fine but recommend antidepressants, which I decline. That week I get another blood test from a hormone replacement clinic and book in for consultation in early January. Early DEC 2021 rolls around and my wife loses her uncle and her grandmother 7 days apart. A major loss for the family. I come home from work early and take extra time off work to support my wife because she isn't doing well at all. It killed me inside having to go back to work after 2 weeks knowing my wife is still grieving such loss. Jan 2022. I get approved for my hormone replacement therapy and take my first shot of testosterone January 13th. 2 weeks later, I'm already feeling like I haven't in a very long time. We go on a trip to Mexico for 2 weeks and I'm having the time of my life with our children. My wife tells me that she can't believe the changes I've made in literally 3 weeks and that I'm a 10 over 10 dad and husband. A few weeks later, I'm at work again and I'm reading articles on emotionally distant spouses and midlife crisis. I send her those links and she agrees that does sound like her, but she's not sure why. I then come across an article that read the top 25 signs your wife is having an affair. I'm reading this and I'm blown away that my wife has 25th in my opinion. I decide I'm going to confront her of this, but not until I'm home. March 10th, D-Day. We go out on a date night and I genuinely had a great time. I sit her down and tell her I'm going to talk for 15 minutes and want you to listen and you'll have plenty of time to reply. I read her the top 25 signs and she says, "Wow, I can't believe you think some of those of me." I reply telling her this is the time to clear your soul and whatever has been bothering you needs to come out. The tears start to pour and the long silence develops before she tells me she has been having an online sex affair through Instagram, showing herself to another man while he pleasured himself. I'm in disbelief that she could do this, but I think it's something we can reconcile over pretty quickly. I then tell her if there's anything else that it needs to come out now. She tells me this is going to kill us and cries even harder now, followed by minutes of her not taking. I'm preparing for the worst. She tells me she is having an affair, and it started a week after her grandmother's funeral and only a few days after I took extra time off work to be home. It was only a few times, she said. It ended in January. As I come to find out, this is normal for only half-truths to come out and only as much information as to limit the damage and fallout effect of the affair. A few days of seriously talking all day and night with no sleep, all the details start to come out that the affair was alive and very much active until the night I confronted her of it. Thousands of text messages and averaging 4 hours of phone calls a day. They would meet in random parking lots, in the back of a truck, hotels, AP's home, And the last time in my own home with our 3 children sleeping upstairs while I'm away at work. 11 confirmed times in 2.5 months. But as high as 15 minutes 20 as she can't remember all the dates she told me she was headed to the gym but in reality meeting him in a parking lot. She has a IUD. No condoms were used. I asked her to pack her stuff and move out. The kids had the worst week of their lives. Here we are today, both going to individual counseling and have a first MC scheduled for next week. She basically told me she had written me off and we were going down the path of divorce in her eyes until I made a miraculous turnaround by my hormone replacement. And this drove the guilt and shame even harder of what she was doing. She started her personal counseling while she was in the middle of the affair. There's been no contact with AP since March 18th. She's regretful, remorseful, and wants to do anything to make this work. She is back in the house. She has been tested for STI, HIV, and pregnancy. She's reluctant to have sex or even kiss me, and through open discussion has admitted she is having a very hard time getting over the affair feelings and the withdrawal from it. AP has 0 assets, can't hold a job down, and lives in an apartment with his mom. What about my needs? Obviously not wanting to be a doormat here. I'm not wanting this to work just for the children either. Questions, comments, concerns, all welcome. Cheers.